members of the Board of Regents, Chancellor Gold, distinguished faculty, esteemed fellow graduates, honored family, friends, and guests, and the incredible staff that has put together this commencement ceremony we sit here today, thank you. It is indeed an honor and privilege to be standing before you all today. And no, I don't mean sitting at home staring into my computer, that glass wall of Zoom we've become so accustomed to. I mean physically here. Before we proceed, I want to personally thank a special group of people in my life: my supportive parents, family, grandparents, friends, my inspirational brother Blake, and the love of my life Molly, who is here with us in the crowd tonight. It feels surreal not only to be physically present with you all today, but to be celebrating this incredible accomplishment about which we should all be proud. Those of you who know me know I love inspirational quotes. Albeit sappy and maybe a little cliche, positivity and encouragement have a profound effect on people. So today, I want to share with you all 3 great words of wisdom that changed the course of my life forever, and I hope they do the same for you today. 3 quotes, and that's it. The first comes from my father, who is a man of great virtue and shared many insightful words with me throughout my childhood and still to this day. One of his famous quotes was that life is only 10% what happens and 90% how we react to it. How are you going to make a difference today, he would ask. On that first day when we stepped onto campus, we had to make a choice. Whether it was another exam, a broken down car, a lost job, another late night project, cold fronts, even power outages, we all had a choice to make that day. Virtually all of us in here are wearing masks because just over a year ago, when the world was brought to its knees, we too had to make a choice. But those of us here, physically, and those joining us online, I know that we made a different choice. The second quote I wanted to share with you all is a little less personal, but that doesn't mean that it's not impactful. Walt Disney once said, "The problem with most people is that they spend their lives trying to emulate others, and so we have lots of copies, but few originals. The more you are like yourself, the less you are like anyone else, which makes you unique." It's a hard life lesson to learn that there is not one path to success. But if there's anything I've learned in my years here at UNO, it's that everyone has a story to tell. I've met friends and classmates who pursued an accelerated path and finished their program in less than a year. Others I've met who have taken their time, 1 class per semester. Whether it was 5 or 10 years later, that doesn't make you less successful than that person who finished in 1 year. You are you, and regardless of your gender, race, education, or socioeconomic status, you are a beautifully and wonderfully unique individual. Embrace that. Lastly, I must commend UNO for the high caliber of professors, staff, and faculty that sit before you all today. Just to name a few of the great, Dr. Jamie Wagner, Professor Laura Beal, and Dr. Chris Diller are some of the most influential people I have ever met. The quote I wish to share with you all today comes from the minds of NASA, and Dr. Diller continues to use it to this day as his class motto. The motto reads, "In everything you do, be greater than average." There's a story that comes to mind when I think of that. I was leaving class one night from one of the most difficult finance exams I have ever taken. And as I was walking in the parking lot to my car, I noticed a girl very distraught over something. She was crying. Before I could even react, 3 other students had jumped to the rescue, offering any kind of support and assistance they could. And in that moment, I looked and I thought, that's what being greater than average looks like. But the story doesn't end there. Nearly a month later, as I was walking through the lobby in between classes, I recognized that same girl and that same voice. But instead of crying, she was laughing. She was smiling. And I turned around to see those same 3 students that I saw in the parking lot that night, sitting together, their finance books open, studying, smiling, and helping each other out. That was when I knew what being greater than average looked like. Ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned these 3 quotes today to remind you of what it took to get you here today. So as we embark into a new chapter of life tomorrow, today is a day of remembrance. We need to thank our parents, give credit to our mentors, celebrate with our children, embrace our friends, and above all, never stop loving one another. Like I said earlier, positivity and encouragement have a profound effect on people. We wake up every day with a choice to help that girl in the parking lot and to be unique just like Walt Disney wants us to be. When life throws that 10% at you, The diploma that we will all walk on the stage and receive today is evidence that we all can live each and every day a life that is greater, far, far greater than average. Congratulations, graduates of 2021. Thank you for your time tonight, and go Mavericks.